This
for
is
your
Ron
next
Poindexter, and I'm here
opportunity.
with
Been waiting on some stuff to
ChicagoMusic.com.
come through for you, and you was getting ready to look for your own sources. But them three
This project came about maybe about 2015. I decided that I wanted to do a live recording, which that wasn't my first idea. I wanted to do a studio record, and I did the live recording in 16. I had songs that I had been writing for years. Like I had a catalog of music that I would just like come up with little ditties and write them down, and was doing nothing with my music. And even though I was singing and stuff with different people and working for different people, I wasn't doing anything for myself per se. So I decided I had a catalog of music. Like let's do something with some of my songs, and maybe the people will like it. Maybe the people will buy it. So what I did first, I released a single, my very first single called just to see if people would like even like listening to me sing, and it did amazingly well for me. Like I was able to travel off of it, and I made some decent money, thank God. So it was really cool. So that's what kind of pushed me. Like, okay, well, the people do want to hear me. They want to hear my sound. They want to hear my music. And the whole process of the recording was it was a learning experience for me because that was my first live recording. I've been a part of many before. The live recording was a learning experience. I kind of took on a lot myself that I really shouldn't have. I had a small team, but I really should have had a bigger team because sometimes you feel like you can handle stuff better yourself. Like can't nobody do it, better than you, especially when it's your vision. You just always want to have your hand in everything. And I kind of wore myself thin in that situation, but the recording was amazing from the music to my background singers. My bro Curtis Lindsay, he MD'd the session for me. He's actually the one that gave me the creative freedom to be like, bro, like you produced this record yourself. He was like you came up with everything. Like man, like this is like your baby. And I was just like, oh man. So my first record that I've ever like produced fully is my own record. Like I had done vocal production and stuff before for other people. So to have a body of work that contributed with all of the gifts that I have was like monumental for me. Any day now, I have a story. I was on my way to get some tacos. I was on my way to get some tacos, and a little ditty just popped in my head because I had been still kind of like a spiritual like high from like a service I came from that same day, and it was really good. It was just talking about expectation and being in expectancy about what God is getting ready to do. And I was on my way to get tacos, and I just heard this little ditty. It's just you wait and see any day now. And I called one of my friends, and I was like, hey, like, how does this sound? Like, I had the verse in my head, and I was like, tell me how this sound. Her name is KJ. KJ was like, oh, yeah, like, that's a time. That's a time. And I was like, man, I'm gonna do that song. And when I did it at the recording, it was my very last song at the recording. If you hear the record, you can hear the screams after the first line of the song because the people were already kind of taken back by the lyrics already. Like, it was like pandemonium at my session on that song. Like, the people were really just like expecting God to do something crazy. My favorite lyric, so at the beginning of the song I say, I can sense miracles in the air. God is getting ready to send what you need this way. My favorite line is the next line that says, this last storm, he's been watching how you handled it and you passed. Congratulations. That line is just like that's a shouter line, like that's a preacher line, like for a preacher, like you say congratulations to some people that's been going through some hard stuff and that they passed whatever they've been going through. Like man, that's some good news. I want the people to feel encouraged. Like my whole purpose for this record was about encouragement and building the people's faith up. I feel like a lot of times right now we're in a space where we're singing to God, and a lot of our music is worship music, and we're worshiping God for who He is, and a lot of those things. And we've kind of stepped out of the encouragement piece and the faith piece. And I wanted the people to really just like build their faith up again. Like the first song is called "You Said It." It was based off of me growing up, and my mom used to teach us when we pray. Like to get God's attention, you got to remind Him of what He said. So you can say all day, "Oh, I'm sick, man. God, I want you to make me better," but not until you say, because you said in your word, that by your stripes I'm healed. So now he's just like he got a hold to his word. So whatever he says, like he's not gonna like go back on what he said. So once you remind him of what he said, like he gotta do it. Like, so that builds your faith up because you're like, man, like I don't have to stay this way if I say what he says. One of my favorite songs on the record has to be God is Still on the Throne, probably. Because that is the song I wrote that I wanted to be a hymn. I'm trying to get it added into the hymnal so I can be a part of history. And that song was kind of me paying homage to like my mom and all that she kind of taught me and instilled, and the sound I grew up growing up in church. And as we talked about hymns, how they mean a lot to me. So I wanted to write a song that could be a part of history that people could sing years from now. And that song is just like such a personal song for me. With this record, I actually had a lot of songs in my catalog. The only song at the recording, that was the last song I added, was a song called I Didn't Die, which isn't on the digital, but for the people who have the hard copy, it's the bonus track. It was a song I had released a couple years ago. But I just had a catalog of music that I was like, I need to do something with it. And sometimes when you're kind of fresh into the industry and different things, some people may not right off the bat want to buy your material. So if you want to shop songs, they may not necessarily want them right away. But if they kind of hear your catalog of you doing some things, they may in turn want to be like, hey, what else do you have? What else do you have coming up? So this was really me putting out this record for, of course, for people to experience my music and, get a feel of who I am, but also to possibly open up doors for me to write for some other artists and for them to say that they like my style of music, they like, my vibe or whatever. This was more than what I bargained for. Producing this record, man. Them long band rehearsals, man. Like, listen, let me tell you something. I work with singers a lot, so we rehearse, and like we rehearse tediously. But that like musician rehearsal, like that's a whole nother level of like rehearsing like 8-hour rehearsals, working with the band, and so they can lock in and making sure that all the vocals and stuff match, and then trying to produce the music and the event at the same time was like crazy. But it was such a rewarding process because I felt like my blood, sweat, and tears went into this project. So it was a very rewarding experience. My music director, Curtis Lindsay, who's my godbrother, he was such a great and phenomenal help during this record because he even pushed me to the limits on what I thought that I was able to do. Because sometimes we'll kind of talk ourselves out of things because we feel like we're inadequate or we may not be as good as someone else. So I'm never one to think I'm the best at anything. So I never mind bringing in help or bringing in people, to run an audible, or whatever. And he was like, bro, like you got it. Like you got the tools. Like you've been doing this for a long time. You've been doing this with everybody else like you got it. And he was such a great pusher in this process for me. And so was my manager, Darnell Nolan. Like Darnell took on a lot of slack for this recording with me, helping me map out things business-wise. He's a phenomenal businessman. He works for E1 Nashville, the label, which is a major label in gospel music, which I'm also a part of. I have distribution through them. And Darnell has been like a godsend. Like even though we've known each other all of my life, Darnell is older than me, but our business connection happened a few years ago when he moved to Chicago for a little while for a project. And he just really kind of came on board just so no one would take advantage of me. And he had been managing in years. And he was like, bro, I'm not really managing them. I'm like, bro, I feel like you need to be my manager. Like, and he came on and made sure my business was intact and exposed me to another level of industry that I had not been exposed to yet. Which is now affording me some amazing opportunities. So him and, of course, the support of my family and friends and the incredible band I had. My cousin Clemens Poindexter on drums, Jonathan Sherrill on bass, Uncle Al Willis on lead guitar, my boy Kyrese Whitley on organ. On Lord Make Me Whole, that's a different band just for one song I did in the studio. Marquise McCoy, my boy, he's incredible musician, and he indie'd that for me. Is him, Josiah Maddox on organ, Leonard Maddox Jr. on drums, and Jonathan Sherrill played on that on bass as well. Colors and Aux by Marquise. Oh, the rest of the record from the live recording, colors and auxiliary and all the special stuff was done by Darnell Davis in Minnesota. My singers, man, amazing. Tab, Amber, Shelly, Troy, Jayla, Tashia, Mickey, Wayman, Marvin, like my peeps, Deanna, Rachel, Jabari, like I brought in some of my homies to come and help me do my session and come do overdubs and different people to come bring and be a part of this. Like I have some of the coldest people connected to me, and I feel like I wanted everybody to get a shot to do something. 2019, I'm really, really excited. I'm pubbing this record like crazy. Like I'm working on doing something in June, and I want to do like a video type recording for the record and release some of that footage and get it aired on TV and a few things. Like I really want to maximize this record and possibly do like a mini tour after I do my radio promotions tour and things. I'm really excited to see what this is going to set up for next, because even though I've been doing this for a long time with a lot of different artists and being on the road and on tours and all that stuff, this is my first time doing it for me. So I'm really focused on maximizing the opportunity and letting this be the foundation for wherever I'm headed next.